Good, so we'll do some examples. Find the area of the following shapes. The first thing that we need to do whenever we are finding the area, the first thing we'll do is to write our formula. So area equals to the formula for square is length times length, or if you like you can write L square. So the length of this square is 11 cm times 11 cm. Good. So 11 times 11 will give us 121, and cm times cm will give us cm square. So that's how we have the square unit. The other example, I will just leave out the units, right? We don't have to write the units. At the end for our answer, then is when we can write the units. Or if you like to write in the units, no problem. But that's how we got the square. 11 times 11 is 121. And cm times cm is cm square. Good. Next one. That's a rectangle, so it's length times width. So the length of the rectangle is the longest side. Okay, let me just write it in length there. That's the width. This was the length. That was the length as well. Good. So the length is the longest side. So 22 times 10. Okay, that's easy. 22 times 10. We just take the 0 and put it behind there. So we have 220 meters square. Good. Good. Next one. Most of the times they will tell us what to use pi as. Just in case if they don't tell us what value to use pi as, you can use it as 22/7 or 3.14. Area of circle is pi r square. So pi is 22/7 times r. R square means r times r. So the radius here is actually 7. So it will be 7 times 7. We can cancel here 7 to 7 one time. So what we have now? 22 times 1 will give us 22 times 7. Okay, let me just write it. 22 times 7. We can use our calculator to help us. We don't have to show in fourth form. We don't have to show our multiplication there, right? We can simply use our calculator. So we can have 22 times 7, 154. 154 cm square. Alright, next problem. Here we have a parallelogram. Yeah, I forgot a dimension there. So let me just let's say this is 7 meters. Good. So the area of the parallelogram is base times height. So the base is the one at the bottom. The height, that's the perpendicular height here. So it will be 12 times 7. 7 is 84, so our answer is 84 meters square area. Good. So here we have a rhombus, same formula, base times height. Okay, I forgot to put the height here. Let's say the height here is 11 cm. Good. So the base now it's 8 times the height, which is 11. 8 times 11 will give us 88. 11 is 8, 88 cm square. Okay, that's the area. Alright, next question. Okay, first of all, there are three formulas that we'll use to find the area of a triangle. So we need to look at the triangle and see what is given. So here we are given the base, and this is the 90 degrees, so therefore this is the height. So we are given the base and the height, so therefore we can use the formula half base times height. So it will be half times the base, which is 24, times the height, which is 18. We can do some cancellation. I can cancel this 2 with the 24, or I can cancel it 2 and the 18. It doesn't matter which one. 2 into 2 one time, 2 can go into 24 12 times. So 1 times 12 is 12. Now 12 times 18. Our calculator will help us here. So let's see. 12 times 18. I put 188 here. 12 times 18 to 16. 216 cm square. Good. So that's it. All we need to do is to remember the formula and follow the formula and substitute the value, and with the help of our calculator, that's how we'll get our answer as well. Okay, so next problem. Okay, so here we are given a length of all three sides. The opposite side we label in common letter. So opposite A are labeled in common A, opposite B labeled in common B, so B is equal to that. Opposite C are labeled in common C. Good. So the formula, the first part of the formula, S equal A plus B plus C over 2 equal. So A is 4.3 plus B, which is 7.5, plus C, which is 10.8, all divided by 2. So let's see, let us use our calculator. 4.3 plus 7.5 plus 10.8 give us 22.6. 22.6 divided by 2. If we divide our answer by 2 here, should get 11.3. Yes, 11.3. This will be meters. Alright, so that's the first part. We're not finished as yet. So what I'll do, I don't have space to come lower. I will continue at this side. So the formula, A equal square root S into S minus A, S minus B, S minus C. Good. So all we need to do is to follow the formula and substitute the values into the formula. So the first thing we see here is S, and we know that S is 11.3. So I put 11.3 open bracket S 11.3 minus A. Well, A is 4.3 close bracket. Again we have S minus B, so S is 11.3 minus B, which is 7.5 close bracket. Again we have S minus C, 11.3 minus C, which is 10.8. Ensure that the square root sign covers everything. There, good. So BODMAS we should work bracket first. All we need to do is to work out all the brackets. So the first thing I do, put 11.3. Let us work the first bracket. We'll put the answer there. We'll work the second bracket, put our answer there. We'll work the third bracket, put our answer there. So let us do our subtraction. 11.3 subtract 4.3. 11.3 subtract 4.3 give us 7. Now we have 11.3 minus 7.5. 11.3 minus 7.5. 11.3 minus 7.5. Okay, I have 0.5 there. 7. Calculator not working. 11.3. 11.3 minus 7.5 give us 3.8. And now we have 11.3 minus 10.8 give us 0.5. Okay, the bracket means to multiply, so we'll multiply all four numbers. Okay, and when you're multiplying, if we have a lot of decimal places, we can write it. Let's see, we should be able to write all the decimal places. 11.3 times 7 times 3.8 times 0.5. Okay, let me go that again. 11.3 times 7 times 3.8 times 0.5 give us 150.29. Okay, what we'll do, we'll just leave our answer right on the calculator. Now we'll square root. Okay, so this is my square root. I square root the answer. What do I have? Okay, so we have a lot of decimal place. The question doesn't specify how many decimal place to leave for answers, but we'll just leave it to 1 decimal place. So whenever you want to write your answer to 1 decimal place, you always look at the second number. If that number is 5 and above, you need to add 1 to this number. If it's below 5, you don't have to add anything. So since this number is 5, I'll add 1 here. So our answer will be 12.3. And since we are rounding off, our answer is not exactly 12.3. So in brackets, we'll write correct. Our answer is actually correct to 1 dp, meaning that we round off our answer to 1 decimal place. Alright, so here we have another problem. We have the angle and we have 2 sides. Again, the opposite side of a triangle are labeled in common letter. So opposite A would be here. So opposite side we label in common letter. So opposite B will be over there. So B will equals to that and C will equals to that. The formula is area equals to half AB sine C. Okay, this should be capital C. Or if you like, you can write the formula half AB sine theta instead. Right, so half AB mean half times A times B. So half times A, which is 14, times B, which is 7, times sine angle C, which is sine 34. Good. You don't have to write the degree. If you like, you can put in the degree. Good. So what we'll do, we'll use our calculator. We can enter all of this at one time on our calculator. So half is 0.5, or you can put it like this, 1 divided by 2. So that's how we write half, which is 0.5, times 14 times 7 times sine 34. And also ensure that your calculator is in degree mode. So if you see a little DG on the calculator, some calculator might just have D. Okay, so our answer is 27.4. 27.4. So if you see, I look at this next number, right? The second number, if it's less than 5, you don't need to add anything there. So that number is 0. So we are good. 27.4. This will be cm square. Correct to 1 dp. So that's it there. Here we have a sector, so I'll write the formula. Area equals to theta over 360 times pi r square. Good. Theta in this case will be the angle, which is 52 over 360 times pi. We'll use pi as 3.14 times the radius. This is the radius, which is 12, so it will be 12 square, mean 12 times 12. Alright, we don't really have anything much to cancel. We can cancel the 360 with the 12. Let us leave that what we could have canceled. Let us use the calculator and enter everything at once. So we have 52 divided by 360 times 3.14 times 12 times 12. Our answer is 65. Okay, 65 point. Okay, if you look at this, right, our answer, we only have 3 decimal places. So we can go ahead and write all 3 decimal places. Well, let's say if we have a lot of decimal places, then is when we can just round off to 1 or 2 decimal places. Good. So here I don't need to write correct to 3 decimal places because this is the exact answer. So we are not rounding off, so I put the exact answer there. This will be cm square. Alright, the final problem. We want to find the area of this sector, the shaded region here. Sorry, this is a segment. So if we look back at our formula, to find the area of the segment, there are 2 things we need to do. Find the area of the sector, find the area of the triangle, and then we subtract them. That's how we get a sector segment. So let us find the area of the sector for. So area of the sector will be theta over 360 times pi r square. So theta in this case will be 40 This let us make this as 140. Let us make this as 140 for it to look more realistic. Because the 40 degrees, it looked too small, too big for 40. So 140 divided by 360 times, in this question no value was given for pi, so I'll just use 3.14 times the radius r here is 5, so that will be 5 times 5. Remember, radius square mean the number times itself. Good. I can cancel out this 0 with that 0. So what do I have now? 14. So we have 14 divided by 36 times 3.14 times 5 times 14 divided by 36 times 3.14 times 5 times 5. What do we have? 30.5 to one decimal place. So answer will be 30.5 cm square, which is correct. So 1 dp. Okay, now let us find the area of the triangle. In this triangle, we are given the angle and we are given the length of two sides. So we can use the formula half AB sine C. Right? So if you look at this, actually the angle that this triangle is not labeled in AB and C, it's labeled with ABO. So instead we write sine C, we'll write sine O. So I write sine O. So opposite A will equals to that, opposite B will equals to that. So it will be half times A, which is 5 times 5 times sine 140. Good. So now the calculator will help us to get our answer. So half is 0.5 times 5 times 5 times sine 140. What do we have? 8.0. Alright, I don't want to write it to 8.0. 8.0 actually mean 8. And they have some decimal places there. Let us write it to 2 decimal places. Correct it 2 decimal places. 8.03. So our answer is 8.03. Correct to 2 dp. Alright. Now we'll find the area of the segment. So area. Okay, let me write it out. Area of segment equals to 30.5 minus 8.03. Just use our calculator. I forgot. This should be cm square. Good. So we have 30.5 minus 8.03. What do we have? 22.47. 22.47 cm square. Okay, that's it.